YouTube. How is everybody doing? So, I'm going to go over in this video what it takes. No, sorry, I take that back. What to expect in your first year at Stevens Transport. Why I chose Stevens Transport. Great training company, and I've touched on some of my previous videos, and you'll see that. And what I'm trying to do is basically help people make the decision whether they want to come to Stevens Transport or go elsewhere. What made me make my decision to come to Stevens Transport. I started in February of 2017. Did 6 weeks worth of training. I went to school at Careers Worldwide. That was the school that they picked the school because I guess from whatever formula they use. I lived in New Hampshire at the time. Sorry. And they brought me out to Colorado, and I did about 3.5 weeks at their training school, which is really easy, by the way. Just to let you know, nothing to panic about. So if you're just starting out and you haven't made a decision on whether you're going to Stevens Transport or not, or any trucking company for that matter, okay, rest assured you aren't gonna be nothing. There's no reason to panic, basically, like, oh my god, I gotta pass this test and all. Trust me, they're watching you the moment that you get through that door and you start doing all of the paperwork and everything like that. From the moment you start paperwork all the way up to when you start backing the trucks and driving it down the road, they're watching every move that you make. If you're not going to be a successful driver, they're going to know within the first maybe first day or two. So yeah, so nothing to panic about. I mean, these trucks really aren't all that hard to drive. I mean, biggest part of, or the hardest part of the driving is the backing, and they teach you all that at the school. If you can back at the school, you'll back it anywhere in this country. Is it hard? Yeah, it can be, and I think that the parts that are hard aren't necessarily the part of driving the truck. It's your mental capacity to be able to battle the Qualcomm or deal with drivers on the road. And you're going to run through that. That's where the stress comes in. And if you learn how to manage your stress and learn how to manage everything that's going on around you, you will be fine. If I can do it, I'm pretty sure you can. So again, those are the people that are just starting and getting ready to go to the school that they're supposed to. Some people go to private schools. Other people go to the company, go through the companies such as Swift, Stevens Transport, Sierra England. I mean, the major trucking companies, Prime. They all have training schools that you go through. But particularly for me, I chose Stevens Transport, and I think that the reason why I chose Stevens is because of the reviews that I read. And do your research. The reviews that I read were basically top-notch. Great training. When I got to the school in Colorado, everything was all planned out. It was a very smooth-running machine. And yeah, you're going to have your stressful moments, like, oh my gosh, why can't I do this today? And you're going to have those days. Some days you can back like there's no tomorrow, and then there's days you're like, how the fuck did I get in this position? So it's gonna be days like that, man. That's part of trucking. So now you're gonna get to, after you finish your school, you got your CDL, you get your license, you're ready to go. You arrive at Stevens Transport, and you're going to arrive into this classroom, and you're going to see a bunch of people, okay? You'll meet some new people. You'll probably even make some friends. I made quite a few friends from my orientation class. Your orientation is going to go from Sunday to about Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning, maybe. I'm trying to remember how it was, but yeah, it goes about I would say about 4 days, from Sunday to about Thursday. First part of your day is going to be nothing but sitting in that classroom. They provide lunch and they provide supper, and you'll do all the classwork, safety, or orientation, all your paperwork, your W-2s, your healthcare benefits, and all that good stuff has got to get done in the classroom. And then at night, you'll be going out to what they call the hill. The hill is basically teaching you to do some more backing, different variations, serpentine. There's going to be Hunts Point, offset backing, 45 truck stop, something like that, basically. So, and it's not hard. You get multiple times to do it. There's no testing that's involved. That'll be your first night. Your second night, you'll be going out and doing a road course. Basically, you're driving around the block. It's not really hard. You just listen to your instructor, and they will tell you which way to go, which way to make a turn, how to make the turn. It's really self-explanatory, and they'll guide you through it. They're not going to just throw you to the wolves. So now that you've completed orientation, now if you were smart, you would have connected with somebody that was in that training class. So basically, during orientation, you're going to have people that are going through to become trainers. So you'll be able to grab a hold of somebody that was in that training class and say, hey, I connect with you, you connect with me, let's go hop in a truck for 6 weeks. I get my training out of the way and then go down the road. The reason why I say that is because you have 4 days of working with these trainers. Well, technically 3. I'll say 3. 3 days that you have to connect with one of these trainers. They are learning to train, and you are trying to train and get your training out of the way. Now, if you didn't pick anybody in that training class, now you're going to get stuck with somebody that is out on the road already and wanting to pick up a student. Now, they may be more experienced, but you may not be able to connect with them on a level that you connected with, say, somebody that was in that training course. So that's why I say, personally, for me, it was pick somebody from that training course. Or maybe even on the yard. Maybe you connect, maybe getting lunch, you connect with somebody over at a driver's lounge who happens to be a trainer who's looking for a student. He's going to be there for a couple more days, and you can grab a hold of him. So whoever you connect with, that face-to-face meeting that you have with somebody and you connect with them, that's what you want to have for a trainer. You don't want to get one of these guys that are out on a road. I've heard a lot of horror stories, and sometimes it happens. But hold on here, let me get this cleaned up. It keeps going blurry. I don't know why. It's weird. Let me try turning the lights down. Maybe that might help. Let's go back to this one. That's a little bit better. So basically, you don't want to get somebody that's already out on. I'm not saying that you can't, and you may connect with that person. You're gonna have a phone call and stuff like that. But me personally, I'd rather meet the person face to face. I get some kind of connection from that person because I'm gonna be stuck with them for 6 fucking weeks. The last thing I want is me getting out on, taking a plane out to East Bumfuck, New Jersey, and I get a fucking nose breather, and the guy's 400 fucking pounds, and he lives like a slob. I'm just saying, it can happen. It's not that it's Steven's fault. I mean, because they don't necessarily have, close contact with these drivers on the road other than a phone call and stuff. They don't have cameras or anything like that to see what these guys are doing on the road. So that's why I say, you know, if you can connect with somebody on that yard, do it. Okay, that's your best option. Sometimes you're going to have to go with option B, which would mean meeting somebody out on the road. It's inevitable. But if it doesn't work out with you and you gave it your best valiant shot, they'll find somebody else for you, and you may connect with them and get your training done. One way or another, you're going to get your training done. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to you know, put you off or anything like that. I'm just trying to give you the facts on how I know them. Now, you get your 6 weeks done, and you're done training. Okay, you've been driving down these roads for 240 hours, and you've done probably pretty close to 25 to 30,000 miles. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's grad fleet. All right, so that's the next step. But I think I'm trying to think of how many miles I did. I don't know. Anyways, but you're gonna do a bunch of miles. If your trainer's good and they teach you to train right, you should be doing 10 hours a day. So let's get dry in here. So now you finished your training. You're all done. You're ready to become a truck driver solo. No more of Mr. Yoo-hoo sitting in the seat over here. You're all by yourself. Now, what to expect on your first day out by yourself? You're going to have another orientation that you're going to have to go through. It's called Grad Fleet Orientation. So basically, you got to go in there for another 3 or 4 days and basically go through the same stuff you just went through 6 weeks ago again. And it's just to seal shit into your brain, basically, enough to give you an idea of how this trucking company works. You're going to get the option to run either pre-alliance or company solo. I would suggest, if I were in your shoes, do exactly what I did. Go company solo. Learn more about the company. Learn more about the alliance program. Alliance meaning leasing to own program, okay? Or just leasing. You'll get some information, but you're not going to get a lot of information from the people at Stevens. So you're going to need to go out there and talk to other Alliance drivers. Now, you got to be careful of that too, because a lot of them are just looking for referrals. So you want to find somebody really good. Somebody that, that you can really relate to. If you happen to be on YouTube, watch D-Raj's videos. King D-Raj. He has some really good information. He's been real successful at Stevens, and he has a lot of knowledge as far as how the Alliance program works. Okay, so there's that. So after you finish up your grad fleet orientation, you're gonna go solo. You're like, holy shit, I'm driving this truck all by myself. They're gonna give me this brand new truck all by myself, and they want me to drive it down the road without breaking it? Yes, they're gonna do that. Dang, it's freaking. Hold on a second here. We gotta roll a window down or something. There we go. Sorry, getting real dry in here. So you're gonna be going by yourself. The moment you get out of that yard, you're gonna pick up most likely you'll probably pick up your first load right out of the yard. They're gonna have a loaded trailer for you already. And most likely it's probably gonna go about maybe 400 or 500, maybe 600, 700, 800, 900 miles, something like that. It won't be great miles right off the bat. They're not gonna stick a brand new person who has never driven a truck by themselves with really good miles, because they want to make sure that they understand how things work. So you're probably going to get a 300-400 mile load. Okay, don't fret, because behind that 300-400 mile load, you're probably going to get 1,000. You're going to get a 1,200, 1,300 mile load. So now what, 2 days to get that 700, the 300 to 400 mile load. That's going to take 1 day. You're going to get that delivered, boom, you're done. Okay, then the next one, you're going to have that 1,600 mile load. Okay, there you go. Now you got 2,000 miles right there off the bat. You'll have that done in a week. You should, unless you're a lazy driver. So so that's what to expect right off the bat. Now you got Grad Fleet for 3 months. Okay, I think you got to do. I think this is where the 25 to 30,000 miles comes in. I think you have to do like 30,000 miles. I think, and you got to have so many hours to come off from Grad Fleet. And basically, when you come off from Grad Fleet, it's just you get a different DM. So in the beginning, you're going to have a DM that's specialized to deal with brand new drivers, such as yourself, who is just be coming into this industry, and they're learning how to operate in the freight lines and learning to run the roads, remembering roads, and maybe even dealing with certain customers multiple times. So those DMs are, and in case you don't know what a DM is a dispatch manager. Basically, that's your go-to person when you need a load, when you need to, when you're sending your stuff over the Qualcomm and they need to know certain information. Those are going to be your go-to person. You're not just going to be calling a bunch of people throughout the company because you'd get lost. So the DM does that all for you. I gotta watch this guy here. He's really bad setup there. Anyways, so now after Grad Fleet, now you are a company man. This is where you come down to the decision of whether you want to lease or whether you want to stay company. Now, there's a few factors that are going to come into play. With leasing, you're responsible for everything that goes on with a truck. That includes a truck payment, fuel, insurance, maintenance, all the stuff that goes along with the truck. Okay? So when you send in your trip sheets and everything like that at the end of the week, all that stuff gets taken off, and then whatever's left over is what you get paid. Now, if you're a good driver and you're driving between 550 to 600 miles a day, consistently, you will make a lot of money in Alliance. Now, if you're one of those guys that still hasn't figured out how things work, don't do Alliance. If you don't have a business mind, if you don't understand how the business operates, don't do Alliance. Okay? Only do Alliance if you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, that's through talking with the people that are in Alliance, managers and things like that are up in the Alliance office, and help you understand. I'm never going to tell somebody not to go Alliance. Okay? That is completely up to you. I personally did not. I stayed company for a year and a few months, and then I took the summer off. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll understand why. But when I came back to one of the fleet owners, and his truck is Alliance. So he's leasing to own this truck. Okay? And he has me drive it at a certain rate. Okay? And everything that he makes off from that after that is his business. I'm only concerned about what I make. So I don't have to worry about a truck payment. I don't have to worry about insurance. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I get the benefits of Alliance, but without the truck payment and all that good stuff. So there. Again, if you choose Alliance, you're going to have a different DM. You're going to have somebody who's working personally for you to make this business run. So that's another benefit. I really don't have any drawbacks as far as Alliance goes because I don't know much about it. So I can't give you any negatives. I only know of the positives that people speak to me. Sorry about the video being blurry. It keeps trying to adjust itself. I don't know what it's doing, but I don't know. Maybe if I sit closer, that still didn't work. But I don't know, maybe if I sit higher, maybe that gives it a little bit better. See if I can get better lighting in here. There we go. Now you can see my face a little bit more, and just half of it. So now, as far as company goes, Stevens just gave raises to all the drivers. So when you come into Stevens, now if you're seeing this later down the road, things may change. So just a little disclaimer: when I started, it was 30 cents a mile, and a lot of you are going, 30 cents a mile. Believe it or not, I still made $700-800 a week. Now, to me, that's personally, that's pretty good. I mean, I worked factories, I did all kinds of stuff, and I know I barely broke maybe $450-500 a week. And for me to make consistently somewhere between $700-800 a week, most of the time was about $800 a week. There was definitely weeks where there's more. I made over $1,000 in 1 week. And I made around $900 a week, for a few weeks at a time, so it really all depends, but consistently I was making between $700-800 a week, which for me, I said, really good. I don't know of any other job out there that you can make entry level $700-800 a week. There may be, I just don't know of them. Okay, so before you make the comments and say, hey, blah blah blah, what about this one there, dude? Yeah. Well, that's great. I didn't know about that. So, so now you're out of grad fleet, and now you're going into whether you chose to go Alliance or whether you chose to go to company. Okay, so now you're looking at your first year. You'll get a 6-month review. Oh, and by the way, the starting rate for Stevens is 36 cents a mile. Just so you know. They give a 6-cent raise to all the drivers coming into Stevens. So everybody that's been within the first year is going to make 36 cents a mile. Again, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up after a while. Trust me. That's got to be pretty close to $800-900 a week if you do it right. And we'll delve into that in a second. So first year, you're going to be, going to you're going to be learning the industry, and I always tell people, stick it out. Whatever company you choose, stick it out for at least a year. You're going to get some knowledge of how the company works, and most trucking companies, they operate in the same kind of way. Some companies are a little different. Some are very similar. So you'll get the idea. Some companies pay more. Some companies pay less. So again, stick it out for a year. That way you understand how the trucking industry works. Watch as many YouTube videos again. These guys are full of knowledge. You just got to learn to pick their brains. I just happened to pick one that I really liked, and and I've been picking his brain just about every day for a while now. And now I'm driving one of his trucks. So So in your first year, you're learning routes, major highways, interstates, U.S. highways. You're going to travel to a lot of the same customers. You're going to travel around the same roads a lot. You're going to get to know them. You're going to know where your truck stops are. You're going to know where to park every night. Your first few weeks, you're probably not going to know that. But if you got a memory like me, I see landmarks. I'm like, oh, I know where I am. Okay, bam. I know where I'm parking tonight. Bam. So that type of thing. Another thing, you get to a truck stop. This is going to be a lifesaver for you. Okay. That trucking book that you're going to get from Stevens, throw the fucking thing out. Get you this right here. That's a pocket guide. Okay. This right here. So I'll give you a little example. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be backwards for you guys, but this is your highway. This is the state. These are the truck stops that you're going to be coming into. And these are whether they're large and what kind of things that they offer. Okay. These are the towns, and these are your exits on the highway. It's very easy to follow. That one you get at Stevens, they might as well wrote in that fucking Chinese, because I didn't understand a shit fucking ton of that. So, anyways, when you so you start learning your routes, you're gonna start learning your truck stops. You can start learning. You might even pass same people all the time. You become friends with them, and shoot the shit over the radio when you're coming around that area. So those types of things. when you get yourself, speaking of truck stops, get yourself a Loves card, Pilot card, TA, Petro, Flying J, and Pilot. Okay? Make sure you get those cards, those rewards cards that you're going to get. Those are going to help you get showers. They'll help you get points for you get a free meal sometimes. You get enough points, say for instance at Loves, I used to get 2 or 3 free meals a week, just fueling up at Loves. So I get so many points, and then bam, you know, I got a free meal for the night. Pilot and Flying J used to do it. Now you can't. You know, you can just obtain points. You can't use them. Oh yeah, you can use them for like showers and stuff like that, but you can't. There's no purchase points, I guess. They may have changed it. I don't know. I think they lost a lot of customers doing that because, you know, Loves. I mean, like I said, you fuel up once, you got a free shower, you got a tire pass, and you probably gained enough points to buy a meal. So that's gonna save you money right there on the road. And yeah, you want to eat Subway every fucking night, but no. But if it's free, I bet you it's gonna taste real fucking delicious. So there's that. Yeah. And what else? I know I'm probably going in a lot of different directions, but I'm trying to remember as much as I possibly can, because I want you guys to have enough information when you come out here on what you're gonna expect. And then you're gonna come back and you're like, oh, I remember that video. Remember that guy talking about that shit? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, no shit, man. So after you've completed a year, you'll get a raise with Stevens. I think you get. I don't know. I'm not gonna quote it because I really don't know. They may have changed it, and I'm not sure about that. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. But I know you get a raise after your first year, and every year after that, you get another raise. So, I know I was supposed to delve into something. I said it back there. I'm going to delve into that in a few minutes. And maybe I already touched on it. I don't know. But, ADD, man. You gotta love it. So, what else can we expect? Your first year. A lot of stress. Yeah. That's part of the deal. It's just, it can be a really stressful time, but find ways to de-stress. A great way is, you know, just taking a little bit of money and going getting a massage. And if you got some time on your belt, you know, you're sitting here waiting to make a delivery and you got about 24 hours before that happens, go watch a movie, man. Get out the fucking truck. Go take a load off, man. Seriously. Go watch a movie. Go to your favorite restaurant. Sit down, enjoy a meal. Take your time with it. Don't rush with it. Just enjoy yourself for a little while. You know, just getting that moment of de-stressing. That's going to alleviate a lot of your problems out here. It's going to make you a better person. Especially when you're calling up Stevens, you know, because you're stressed the fuck out. So every chance you get, man, get off this truck, get out there, stretch your legs, go watch a movie, go catch a show if you can. You know, go to, you know, hey, I'm in, you know, such and such town, and hey, Metallica's playing tonight. I'm gonna go watch them. Go purchase some tickets and go. You know, whatever you can do to, you know, alleviate some pressure. You know, and just go out and have a good time. You know. I'd say go to a bar, but there's a no drinking policy, and I don't want to put that temptation on you. But if you can go to a bar without being tempted to drink, then by all means go. Go have a Coke, sit down and intermingle, and, you know, and mingle with some people. You know, that helps, man. Those types of things. I know I was supposed to touch on something, man. Trucks you're gonna get. How about that? Well, let's talk about the trucks you're gonna get when you come out of training. So you're going to get either a 2017, 2018, or 2019 Kenworth, Freightliner, or Peterbilt. Most likely, I say about 85% sure you're going to be driving an automatic. Just because the whole fleet is going automatic. And once in a while you come across a couple students that are going to have a manual. Those trucks are a little older, so you're going to have you may run into some issues with them. I don't know. I didn't get a manual, I got an automatic, but the automatic, I'm in a 2019 Freightliner right now with adaptive cruise. Talk about trucking made easy, bro. So Kenworth has kind of a similar concept, except it's on the column. Mine's right here on the steering wheel, so I just press buttons and that's it. My truck does everything for me, and it's pretty cool. And your trainer will teach you all that good stuff. Trucks come with cruise control. You won't be able to use them until after you get out of Grad fleet. Your trucks will be disabled. You will be governed at 64 miles per hour. You are, unless you're Alliance, then I think it's 66. You'll be governed at. I have never seen an ungoverned Stevens Transport truck, unless it's an owner-operator, a true owner-operator, such as somebody who actually owns this truck, and he or she basically doesn't have to worry about truck payment or anything like that. It's basically, he can ungovern it, so he can run as fast as his truck will go. Not that I recommend that, but that's it. But anybody else is going to be a governed truck. So, what else can we talk about? The trucks. Most trucks come with an APU unit. You're going to have your heat and your air conditioning through that. APU is alternate power unit, so that way you're not idling your truck. I'm probably just going on some other various things. I'm just like, these are probably videos that I could be doing later. Yeah. But trying to get it all in, and I'm already at 32 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave it at this. How about this? If you have any questions, leave some comments below, and I will try to do my best to answer them. And yeah, I mean, it's a good company. I'm not gonna bullshit you. If I felt it was a bad company, I'd come right out and fucking tell you. I don't care. It doesn't bother me none. It's not gonna hurt my feelings whether that pissed off Stevens or not. But Stevens is a good company, and like any other company, you're gonna have your good points and you're gonna have your bad points. They may catch you off guard some days, but for the most part, most days, you're gonna have a very pleasant group of people that are trying to do the best they can to get you running down the road. That's the truth. So, yeah. So, leave me some comments, man. If you watch this video, please hit the subscribe and like button. And more videos to come. I'm trying to stay on top of this now. I'm doing a little bit better. So, anyways, you guys have a great night. Peace out. Love you guys.